Anyone can start.
दूसरा निकालो अपना.
Now, Suvarni, your good chance.
Okay, so tell me.
A little loud, little loud. I'm controlling him.
Okay, Ayush. So tell me something about yourself.
So, my name is Ayush Kumar Singh. I belong to East Champaran district, Bihar. My city, Motihari, it is on bank of Gandak River, 151 kilometers from the capital of Bihar, Patna. It is famously known for its engineering college and Mahatma Gandhi Central University. And if I talk about my family, then in my family there are 4 members, including me. My father's name is Sejam Ashok Kumar Singh. He is currently serving in the South Western Command of Army in Jaipur. And he's been serving from past 26 years and been a part of OP Rakshak and OP Parakram. My brother is pursuing his 12th class and he's studying in Army Public School, Jaipur. My mother is a housemaker. As far as my hobbies are concerned, I like to play basketball. I like to solve Sudoku puzzles. I like to mimic people. And apart from these things, I like to listen to music. And if I talk about my achievements, then I have been discipline captain at Army Public School, Kabulsara. And at the same time, I got an opportunity to be a part of sports day organizing team. And I did really well. Apart from that, I was Mr. Army Public School, Kabulsara 2019. And later on, I participated in many competitions, like I have won inter-house GA competition, inter-house basketball competition and Sudoku competition and all that. And if I talk about my aim, so then I wanted to be an army officer because army is an organization which is I'm very close to because since my whole childhood is spent in these army cantonments. So I have seen people in uniform and it has a different charm. It is full of responsibilities and adventure and I want to be a part of different life apart from a civil life.
As you said, you are the discipline captain in
Yes, ma'am.
school. So you haven't done any mischievous thing in your life.
It is not like I was not a mischief boy. I used to do some naughty things when I was in small classes. For example, 8 and below. But later on, as I grew up, I indulged more in studies and I got a little bit serious and concerned about my life. So, and they took my interview basically in 10th class for the post of discipline captain, and they found me appropriate, so they made me discipline captain.
So you were like interested more in studies and co-curricular activities you were apart from schools activities.
Apart from school activities, ma'am, I have not participated.
Sports.
Okay, if I talk about sports, then yes, basketball has always been my favorite game. So
Apart from sports, any curricular.
okay, apart from sports, then in that case, as I said, I have participated in Sudoku competition, inter-house GK quiz, in inter-APS GK quiz at command levels, and I've participated at sports day in 400-meter race. These are the things which I have participated.
So Ayush, you are living in Jaipur.
Yes, sir.
Who is the mayor in Jaipur?
So actually, Jaipur is a big city, so it has 2 municipal corporations. One in a heritage, and one is Heritage Jaipur, and second one is Modern Jaipur. And sir, right now I don't know the names, sir. Sorry.
Who is your district collector?
So as I said, sir, most of the time I spend in army cantonment, so it is hardly been any interactions with the civilians and civil environment. But sir, yes, I don't know, sir, basically, but I am trying to develop my general awareness.
Your father is in army.
Yes, sir.
What 3 qualities you like to imbibe in yourself from your father?
So first thing I would like to mention is a hard work, sir. He's a person who is always indulged in the hard work. He never gives up, sir. Second thing I would like to mention, he never gives up, sir. He always gives his best. And sir, third thing I would like to say, वो नाराज कभी नहीं होते सर. नाराज जिसे कहते हैं ना, जो गुस्सा तो नहीं, बट निराश नहीं होते कभी भी, किसी चीज से जल्दी उठते नहीं हैं. And that is one quality that I admire the most. And I would like to develop these qualities, sir.
Any 3 qualities, 3 dislikes about your brothers?
So, as far as my brother is concerned, sir, he has more likes than dislikes because he is far more better than me. He is my very good friend, sir. He is not only my brother, sir, he is my good friend. In studies, he is better than me. In sports, he is better than me. So in everything, he is better than me, sir. But if I talk about few of his places where he is lagging, then I would like to mention he is a bit lazy, sir. In terms of getting up in the morning, sir. He wakes up too late, sir. And then the second thing I would like to mention, sir, he works really hard, sir. He's a workaholic, sir. If he indulges in a class, then he don't leaves the class for even having lunch, sir. He continues with the class, so this is his not bad quality, but quality which needed to be improved. He should manage these things together. And third thing I would like to mention, he is not a much social guy, sir. He has a very small friend circle, and I don't like that because I have a very good friend circle. So I keep on talking to my friends, and he always says me, why don't you study and waste your time? So these are the things which I want him to improve.
It's a good way that is not the question you have asked him how he has responded now. Simply to appreciate what the qualities, what the bond he has with his brother, and then started to talk about the things, the less things, the lack things. And this is the way simple, and that's the way you must use to make, and with the proper man and the proper shape. Now, so over to you again.
So anything you don't like about army life, like your father has been serving in army, anything you don't like three qualities, three things you don't like.
Okay, so as I said,
You have faced, like being the son of an army
Yes,
person,
armed
you have
persons.
faced anything like you don't like that your father is
You
doing.
miss something,
Yes.
you just want to explore, but sometimes.
in these past few years, I have never been through any such incident in which I felt that no, army is not good. Whatever incident I have faced, I found that army has always been supportive and helpful. The neighbor, fraternity, everything is very good there. And apart from that, one thing I would like to mention is leaves. The leaves which our soldiers get, it is a very short leave, and sometimes they have some emergencies at their houses, and so at that point of time they don't get leaves. So that is one thing which I would like to improve upon. So if I become an officer, then I would like to do some amendments, some changes in the leave structure. And second thing I would like to mention is I would like to increase the money which our soldiers are getting nowadays. Although it is fine, but as compared to the corporate jobs, here it took a lot of effort, physically as well as mentally, and your life is always on risk, right? So in that case, obviously you deserve a bit more money than as compared to the civilians. I don't think there are much lacking or there are much places to be improved enough.
Morning. Any.
Please ask me one, otherwise I
I'll skip to that.
Okay, so tell me about
Please.
your hobbies and how you inculcated them.
Okay.
तो obviously तो बहुत बड़ा है इसका.
As far as my hobbies are concerned, so since I said I was a very social boy, I have a lot of friends. So since my friend circle is huge, so I used to get knowledge of different things one another day. So I was in 8th class when I started playing basketball. My friends taught me how to play basketball, and now I play a little bit fine. And if I talk about other habits like Sudoku, so as I said, my brother is very good in studies, so he keeps on doing these mind games, and he likes to solve these games. So from there I got this idea of solving the Sudokus. And then if I talk about listening to music, then it is something which is very close to me, and I feel very relaxed when I listen to the music at night. And इसकी तो आदत खुद ही लग गई.
So what kind of music do you like?
I like Punjabi music, Bollywood music, but I don't prefer classical or disco music.
So any single.
There is a hot issue right now. Tour of duty. Do you know about it? What is tour of duty?
So tour of duty is a concept which has been released by Indian Army. In this concept, it was like earlier they were planning this concept for the officers, but now they have now they are trying to introduce it for the soldiers. according to this concept, new soldiers will be inculcated in the army for the service of 3 years, and after that, they will get government jobs through ex-servicemen quotas. So this is being done because most of our budget, defense budget I should say, was spending on giving pensions and the payments to the soldiers. And so if I break it down, then earlier it was like a soldier is serving for 20 years. Then in that case, government has to pay him for the 20 years, and obviously as his age grows, so he gets older and his efficiency decreases a little bit, right? And after serving for 20 years, government has to pay him pension also. So there was a lot of expenses were spent by the government on a soldier. So what they have planned, according to them, now they introduce a tour of duty in which instead of hiring that one particular soldier for 20 years, now they hire 6 soldiers. So with this they can maintain the youth and they can maintain the efficiency of the army, and at the same time they can get rid of this pension scheme on which most of the defense budget is spent. So they can move towards the modernization.
One more question I would like your opinion, whether you are in favor or not in favor of tour of duty. And second thing, you have mentioned that in induction of this tour of duty, army would have more number of young soldiers. So do you think that experience doesn't matter? If a person working in army for 20 years having more experience as compared to a young officer or a young soldier?
So first of all, I would like to mention this concept is being introduced to the soldiers first. And sir, most of the wars, they are won by the officers. If the officers they have the good qualities, then they can manage with the soldiers. And our soldiers, the training they get in their training center is more enough, and it is very much sufficient, sir. And I would like to add it, sir, it is a good concept, sir, as far as I believe, because every youth of our nation will get an opportunity to be a part of army and to take it as a career opportunity. And sir, later on I would like to mention, this should be done only to the infantries and not to the logistic department, because logistic department people can serve at more ages, at more than 20 to 25 years, because they have to provide only logistic supports and all that. So as far as I believe, this is a very good initiative taken by our government, and sir, it is for the well-being of our nation only, sir.
There are 3 types of commissions: permanent commission, short service commission, and one more is going to be like tour of duty.
Yes, sir.
Which you like the most and why?
So, in case of officer cadre, obviously, sir, permanent commission is the most desirable commission which everyone tries to opt for. And sir, short service commission is also good, sir. It depends upon individual, right? If somebody wants to serve for a shorter time, then he or she can serve it in the army. But so, as far as I believe, permanent commission is the best. And tour of duty, sir, is a concept, sir, just to make our youth more friendly and more attractive towards the army, sir.
This